What is good YouTube, it's your boy Macarios back again for another video, and now I'm gonna show you how to color grade and use Dehancer in Davinci Resolve 18. So come on, let's get right into it. Dehancer sent me their product to review it, and this is not a sponsored video. They said that I can be truly honest on what I think about this app, so let's see. And also, if you think that you might want to try this app, you can use my code listed on the description below so you can have 10% off when you purchase any of their plans. So yeah, let's get into it. First, let's start off with color correcting our footage by going onto the color tab and create 4 nodes for our base color correction. Now that we have created nodes, let's search for color space transform and apply it on the last node. A quick tip is that having a CST close to the output means that everything we adjust on the far end is working within the white gamut color space that we've applied. Next is we're gonna set up our color space transform by choosing the right camera color input. Since I use Canon EOS M and exported my shots using Apple Prores 422LT with S-Log3, I will choose these settings. But if you have different camera with different log profiles, you must choose different color space transform that is applicable to your footage. Now that we have set up our color space transform, let's rename our nodes so we can avoid confusion. We'll rename our first node exposure, second node shadows, and the third node highlights. Now that we've renamed it, let's color correct it accordingly. First, the exposures. We'll just have to lit up our footage by adjusting the gains and overall exposure. Then we'll go to the shadows so we can lift up the dark areas of our clips by adjusting the offset a little bit and also the shadows. And also for the highlights, we'll just lift up the gamma a little bit and the highlights. And here it is. So yeah, let's add another node after our highlight node, and now, for the moment that we've all been waiting for, we're gonna plant this plugin into our node. As you can see, it instantly changed color, but we'll have to set it up since we are aiming for a different look for our clips. Let's just fix it and go for our default settings. And now, for the input settings. Input settings works like a color space transform tool, which you will pick up the color source of your clip. You can even set a custom color space by clicking the choose camera and align the settings that you've used in your own camera. But for me, I already set up the color space transform on the other node, so I will not be needing to set up this setting. Next up is the film developer tab. Here we can see the sliders, which include some basic color grading settings that we can use to further enhance our footage. So if you want to use this setting, feel free to use it. Next is the film. This setting is the holy grail of this plugin. Here, we can choose what type of look we want for a clip. There are tons of film profiles to choose from, and I can't even choose what type of look I want because all of them are very distinct, to be honest. For film photographers and cinematographers, I think that this plugin will very much excite them. But for this shot, I will use the Kodak Gold 200, which I find very warm and vintagey. What? And also, when they say vintage, I already see this kind of color, and honestly, it kinda relaxes me. Anyway, we can adjust the EV or the amount of light obtained from the combination of lens and aperture value, and shutter speed on this tab, and here it's quite enough. When we are done choosing the film looks and such, we will now move on to the film compression. Here, we can adjust the whites and blacks of the clip. We can also adjust the tonal range, also known as the subject luminance range or brightness range. It is the difference between the maximum highlights and the minimum shadows amounts of light reflected from a subject. Next up is the expand tab. Here, we can adjust the deepest blacks and whites on our clip. But my clip is already looking decent, but if you want to apply some minor adjustments, you can use this. Next up is the Print tab. Print tab is also one of the best features of this plugin. Print is basically the last technical stage of the analog movie production. It is like the printed or developed films which we can put up in our wallets, frames, and such, but in the digital way. Here, we can choose from different profiles which gives us different results to the clip. Next up is the color head. Here, we can adjust the colors of our clip and the tones of our clips. Now we will go to the film grain section. Grains are one of the distinct characteristics of film, and there are different types of grains depending on what sizes of film we use. The smaller the size of the film, the more noticeable the grains is. But if we want our film grain to be more unique, we can customize it by choosing the custom settings, and here we can adjust the grains according to our liking. Next one is halation. Halation is the spreading of light beyond its proper boundaries to form a fog around the edges of a bright image in a photograph or on a television screen. We mostly see this on old televisions where the edges on the people or things are highlighted or brighter than normal. This effect is widely used in different cinematic film processes as it gives certain character on the overall look of the film. Here, we can select different profiles on halation and we can adjust its effect by ramping up the sliders. Honestly, this effect is pretty cool. Now, we have the bloom. This effect is often partnered with the halation as it gives different texture to highlighted parts of the clip. It often creates halo effect on the overexposed areas of the videos, making the light spread more. This is my favorite effect when I applied vintage looks in my video, to be honest. As we can see, it emphasizes the lights on our clip, making it dreamier and more dramatic. And also, we can adjust it by ramping the sliders. Film damage. As the title tells, damage. It gives the damage that films used to have. It replicates the old film's imperfections and flaws of being damaged with time. As we can see here, we can see some scratches on our clip, making it like it was shot on a film video camera. Next up is film breathe. It is the noticeable accident change in exposure, contrast, and color from frame to frame as the film moves. There are different profiles to choose from. And it is up to you on what type of look you want. But for me, I just turned this off since I will not utilize this effect for now. Next is the gate weave. This is a commonly used term that refers to the mechanical swinging of a film strip while it is being pulled through a frame window in a film camera, projector, or video coding device. It is more noticeable on older movies such as black and white movies since the film roll is not stabilized, which affects the projector's output from the film. From this, we have different film sizes from profiles and we can set it up from custom mode, which we can manipulate how much gate weave we'll put on our clip. But for now, I will just turn this off. Next is the overscan. This is like the film roll that can be seen on the clip itself. When we enable this setting, we can see that our clip is cropped and it added a film gate which makes our clip look more old. I love this effect when I do some Super 16 or Super 8 film effect on my videos, which is also uploaded on my channel, and you can check it out if you want. Now, when we access the gate type, we can change what film gate we want on our film, and also we can adjust the shape of it, and also the exposures and such. For now, we will turn this off and I will apply it later on the final result. And now, the vignette. Vignette is like the circle that engulfs the corner of our clip. It is also a widely used effect when we want to focus on the subject, bringing emphasis on it. By adjusting these different settings, we can have custom vignette that adds to your liking. And here, it looks nice, but I will not use it for now. The next settings is like technical stuff, as you can see. And also, you can export your work here so you can apply it on different projects by this slot generator, which is very cool and convenient. And also, I have this other clip and we can just copy the settings on our previous clip and apply it on the next clip. I will just tweak some of the settings to make it look more pleasing. And that's it. Here's the outcome of my clips, and as you can see, Dehancer really made my shot look more vintage. So Dehancer, thanks for letting me try your plugin. I really enjoyed making my footages more decent and it brings my inner creativity in me. So that's it. I hope that you learned something from this video and I truly hope that you like it. I recommend this plugin for you all to try this one and use my code listed on the description below so you can have 10% off discount on your chosen plan. So yeah, see you on another video. Bye!